Welcome back to my pre-sequel Star Wars playthrough. And in this one, I have to go catch a train. Because that's a thing. So this is... Actually, before I get going... This is now part 1, even though it's part 4. And I'm calling this the Pickle Menace, even though I just finished that pickle stuff. Whatever, the name fit better. So here's the build, and the build video will be linked in the description for you guys to check out. That was the fastest way to get there. So the prequels I probably have more to talk about than the original 3. Because the original ones, you know, they're just awesome and everyone loves them. But, oh, I almost made it. That was pretty slick. So, I remember being incredibly excited for the prequels because I missed the original movies in the theater because, you know, I was too young for them. And now here I was, I think the first prequel came out in 1999 and I was a senior in high school, I believe. So the timing was pretty sweet. I was incredibly excited. What the hell is that noise? Weird. And they started off. It started off really cool because all of a sudden, like, bam! There's the Jedi's, and the way though, what the hell are those guys' names? Whatever, the Trade Foundation guys or Trade Federation guys. We're kind of talking about the Jedis and how they feared them, and seeing the Jedis in their peak. That was a really cool thing, but then it was kind of just downhill from there. You know, that first scene of just them being badass and kind of storming in, kind of no fear. Although they did have to run from those one droids. It was really awesome, but then they... Then you got to meet Jar Jar. That was just weird. And, yeah, Jar Jar... I get the idea of doing the Jar Jar character, because you kind of need that... that R2-D2 C3PO, that weak character I talked about, the Hidden Fortress narration. That's important to the Star Wars mythos and, like, the storytelling. But unfortunately, where's the script? There we go. Unfortunately, Jar Jar failed because, yeah, he did come off kind of racist, intentional or not. He just wasn't interesting. He wasn't like R2 and C3PO are fantastic. I like how that guy's just floating there. But Jar Jar kind of missed that magic that they had. And it was, you know, you were kind of replacing 2 with 1, and yeah, Jar Jar, let's be honest, was pretty terrible. Not going to try to defend that. But if you somehow could imagine scrapping Jar Jar from the movies, then they're pretty interesting. But unfortunately, you can't really just scrap them like that. Because, you know, he is in it. But then, after you get past that Naboo stuff, then you have to deal with the crap that is... what was his name? Jake Lloyd? Or, God, I don't remember that actor's name. But, yeah, young Anakin. Who... That whole thing annoyed me. Even the first time watching it, I couldn't even really defend that. And lately, I don't remember, I think it was either like What the Flick or Fat Man on Batman. I was listening to something where they were talking about Star Wars, and they kind of mentioned that, you know, it would have been so much better if they would have just started with Anakin being like 16 years old or something. Because then him, you know, being in that fighter and doing the pod race, and it would have just all came off a lot better if it wasn't like a 10-year-old boy. You know, kind of pretty much have to agree with that. Just George Lucas, unfortunately, was the worst thing that happened to the prequels. I know that, you know, he created Star Wars and we owe all that love to him. But George Lucas wasn't a great director. He never had a great directing effort. Even in the first one, the actors made fun of him that his only direction was faster. Was it faster and more intense? That was like his only direction he ever gave, and a lot of times it didn't make sense at all either. And you saw that because he was George Lucas and he's so big and powerful, and you know he is who he is, that in the pre-sequels there was really no one to say no to him. He was just surrounded by yes men. And that was another bad thing. Like, there needed to be someone to tell him, no, George, this Jar Jar is not a good idea. No, George, this 10-year-old kid is not going to make a good Anakin. And it just kind of kept with bad decisions like that. You know, George Lucas isn't a great writer. He isn't a great director. He's just a kind of more of a visionary, like I've said before. You know, he's great at creating that world and imagining all that stuff, and that stuff stayed true in the pre-sequels, like seeing all that stuff happen.
I need some heroes.
But
Great. Almost zero juice running through this place, and the old turrets still work.
oh, that'll go down.
Probably soon, won't it?
But yeah, it's just someone needed to be there to say no to him. He needed someone to be able to, you know, kind of edit himself. And then just
This is what happens when you
that person wasn't there.
Oh, for something so ugly, they sure do breed a lot.
No, these guys just keep coming. So like, yeah, it's just the Phantom Menace. There's so much good stuff that could have came there, you know.
I meant that rhetorically. I mean, you.
I really liked Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, but even in the prequels, and I'll get to more of that in the second one, it's just they made Obi-Wan so inconsistent. You know, first he was pretty badass, but then they kind of made him a bitch. Then they make him badass again. And Obi-Wan, from who he is, should be pretty impressive.
I'll work on opening the door. You deal with the turrets.
Great, and thanks for this.
Where are you going? Get back here! I want to shoot you.
The turrets, so they only fire at talks. Should help a bit. I'll get this stubborn thing open. Hopefully.
Hey kids, how's it going?
News.
Yeah, we're carving a path using the tried and tested system
Where is
called
this enemy?
violence.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I survived.
Probably put there by scavs who used pads like that to sneak in and out of Concordia.
But also, I don't know, the Trade Federation guys were kind of weird. All that Jar Jar stuff, all the underwater stuff wasn't that bad with the Gungans. Like, that was kind of interesting, you know, just seeing another world of Star Wars. But
Nah, nauseous again.
like the Naboo and then like regular human people like existing on the
Looks
same
like
planet
scavs have
didn't
put
make a
up
lot of
crude electric
sense.
Fields, presumably to keep out talks. Follow that cable. Let's see if we can shut it down.
Sweet, I couldn't shoot it with a Swidgeroon. You know, that little underwater scene with like the fish grabbing them that was kind of just pointless though too.
I'll give you something to gobble.
And that's, you know, the movie in a nutshell.
Connected to a master
A lot of
fuse box
pointless
somewhere.
stuff.
Follow them. They should lead the way out.
Yeah, that final scene with like Jar Jar doing that stupid fighting. It's just, I know the original movies appealed to kids, but you didn't have to pander that much.
Probably shut down all the other fields as well. So eyes peeled for talks.
How do they get in? They're bloody everywhere. You can do anything you set your mind to.
And everything dies. then the other, well, this is a different kind of movie talk, I guess, but Hayden Christensen also, terrible casting, as well as, so Natalie Portman, she's an interesting one, because she's been really good in some things, but it kind of shows George Lucas's lack of being a good director, because she's an actress who can definitely give a really good performance if she's got the direction to do it, but then she can give what she gave in Star Wars, which was total junk. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen out of her. And movies are a director's medium. A lot of people always concentrate on the actor, but I think that's a mistake, because even look at Halle Berry's another example. You know, she went and did Monster Ball and then Catwoman. And, you know, so there's a lot of actors out there that are capable of great performances, but they need a good director to get it out of them. And you can only do so much with bad direction. And this, you know, the Star Wars movies is a great case of that with Natalie Portman. And, you know, I don't know if Hayden Christensen is capable of more, because, well, I guess he was in Jumper and some other movies. I mean, Jumper wasn't really very good either, but it wasn't as terrible. Or he wasn't as terrible in it, I should say. Still wasn't great, but yeah, his whole performance in the prequels is just absolute trash. As well as hers. That's why I'm so excited once again about the new ones coming out, and even, I guess, transitioning to the Borderlands movies a little bit. You know, there's a bunch of threads talking about, oh, who should play this actor and who should play that actor. I only care about who they're going to get to direct it. And I'm not even pretending to know that I have the right answer to this should be the director, but that's the question I want to see, is who's going to helm this thing. Because that will kind of right away tell you a better, I guess, give you a better idea of how the movie's going to be. You know, with, I guess Star Wars movies are kind of like comic book movies, but, when they started giving these movies, comic book movies, to people that respected them, you know, starting with, like, you know, Bryan Singer doing, the X-Men movies, and then Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man. That was kind of the start of something awesome. But, you know, they've made a lot of missteps along the way. You know, Christopher Nolan went and did Batman, and those movies are awesome. But they learned the wrong lessons from those. You know, when those movies first came out, they're like, oh, we should make things dark. That's what we need to do. But the answer wasn't make dark movies. It was trust a director with a vision. And that's what they didn't always do. You know, don't give this to someone without any idea and they're just gonna, you know, paint by color. Give it to a director that has an idea and wants to do something with the movie. But then they had a few success with, you know, indie darlings kind of making a decent flick and then giving them this big studio budget. But then a few of those have tanked as well, because those people didn't know how to deal with the studio system and big money, like the Josh Trank Fantastic Four, obviously.
I am a doctor, but more the Hyperion R&D kind.
Alright.
Hey, I don't recognize him. Yeah, what's your name?
This is the part I hate to sit through.
Sorry, bruv. Glad to know
So, with the Star Wars director, you know, I hope they do...
That's where they hide all the brainiacs who work on all this.
well, I mean, they picked JJ, which was a damn good choice for Star Wars. But with the Borderlands movie, I hope they make a choice like that. You know, pick someone that knows how to do a flagship franchise. Don't do someone without any experience in that. And then, you know, hopefully it's someone that has an idea of what they want to do with that movie, not just is willing to do what the studio wants them to do. But that's off topic of Star Wars. Of course, I am playing Borderlands, but I already did a video on the Borderlands thing. But the director is what I'm interested in. Like, when I heard JJ was doing Star Wars, most of my worries pretty much went away with that.
My prototype. Well, it's not finished.
No, we're here to build robots.
And I'm recording this
What
on
prototype are you talking about?
Saturday,
Ah, right.
and I'm
I was
going
working on
tomorrow
a
to go
off-the-books
see Star
project
Wars, so
creating a master bot
oh man, I'm
capable of
pumped.
digistructing an almost
Can't tell you how excited I
supply
am.
of other bots. My prototype's almost done, but the scab stopped me
The
from
video I'll do after I see it, I'll probably talk about the movie, maybe do spoilers on it.
This guy.
We'll see.
This guy right here.
If I do, I'll label spoilers in the title.
Yeah, bro. We'll just need to finish putting the hardware together. After that, install the
Shut up, Gladstone.
It should pump out combat-ready loaders.
Way ahead of you, man. What do you think old Felicity's here for?
What? You want me inside some kind of constructor bot? That's not what I had in mind.
Ooh, constructor. I like
So I guess going back to the Phantom Menace, you know, to kind of break down the movies and the scenes, we start off with that awesome scene of, you know, Qui-Gon, and I like Liam Neeson showing up as Qui-Gon. I think he came off well as like the mentor, and you know, he fit the role well, even though they kind of made him disposable in the movies. They give him a little throwaway line to make him seem more important than they originally did in the third, the prequels, but
Last guy who double-crossed me has got nothing but a bunch of bullet holes in his stupid
yeah, like I said, that opening scene, I loved it, because all of a sudden these Jedis come out, they're totally badass. They eventually kind of get overrun by sheer numbers and have to retreat, and that's fine. But it started off with such a good shot there, and then just seeing them just seem more powerful, because in the original movies, you know, Obi-Wan was old and decrepit, and Darth Vader was, you know, a robot. So you didn't really get to see like the true power of the Jedi. You know, Luke was learning, but Yoda was on his deathbed. And so I thought that was interesting at first, but then it kind of got boring because the Jedi powers just started not really matching up. But I guess that's more for the second movie, because that's where it became more of an issue.
Yeah, Hyperion didn't send us. I did. But you're Hyperion. Oh, bruv, they're the coolest company.
I don't want to count talks before they're hatched, but you know what? I think you're right.
Then you had so that first scene starts good, but then they go to Naboo, and just all the Naboo stuff started going downhill. You know, you had that slapstick Jar Jar stuff, which was lame.
Apparently not. They got a dial power suit. Sorry, bruv.
And that was really stupid. And then there wasn't really anybody on Naboo that gave a good performance. That whole Naboo stuff was kind of just lame. Or not even kind of lame, just it was lame.
It's gonna be way more kick-ass. Speaking of which, how's that going? You got a great personality.
And let's move on. So, you know, after they first get to Naboo and
Finally here.
they team up with the Gungans, that Gungan stuff, like, the look of the world was interesting, but whenever they spoke, it was just, God, it was god-awful. It was just pure, it's as bad as it gets. Like I said, people complain that it came off racist, and I kind of agree. It did seem pretty odd, to say it the least. So that stuff visually was interesting, but, you know, story-wise and performance-wise, it was horrible. And, you know, I try to defend those movies. But there's really just no defending that. And then, let's see, where do they go from there? Yeah, that Naboo stuff. And then they, you know, escaped Naboo and headed for Coruscant. Which was cool, finally seeing that planet, because you heard so much about it. So that was awesome, you know, kind of seeing that world. Although the pacing of it kind of slowed down. I think I cleared out the scavs.
First thing we need to do is restore the main power. Head over to the breaker room and see what's what. Locked up.
Alright.
Let's see if we can get you in through the window.
So after they did that, then they went... oh no, wait, they went to Tatooine before they went to Coruscant. Yeah. And that's when you meet Anakin. Which, let's be honest, was junk. I mean, it was cool seeing Tatooine again. It was cool seeing a bunch of that stuff. And even the pod race didn't have to be terrible. But it was terrible because it was a 10-year-old driving it. And like I said, if whoever pitched that idea or wherever I heard that from, I don't quite recall. But, you know, that said, you know, how much better it would have been if it was just at least a teenager, not a 10-year-old. And I 100% agree. It was just, it wasn't fitting. The whole midichlorian stuff and Jesus analogy came off incredibly lame.
Sorry, that electrified the water. At least this place has power now.
And they just, yeah, just, the casting of that little kid.
One step closer to
But then
saving
after
the
you
world.
casted him, all of a sudden
Let's
this,
get down to
you have
serious
this,
business now. First
so you
thing
have
we need to do
Padme,
is
you know,
complete
Natalie
the
Portman
icon.
meet this little
That's a
10-year-old
really
kid.
clever bit. I
And then
already
all of a sudden the
have
next
process
movie,
set up,
like,
but we'll need
which
material
seems like
from
it's
a
like
few
2
of the
years
security
later, all of a
guards.
sudden that kid
I
is
was
a
never
grown
able to
adult
get them
and she's
myself.
sleeping with
Let
him.
me guess.
That just
All
came
brains,
off weird,
no
and that
balls.
kind of started that
Yeah,
whole
something like that.
relationship not
The
working.
little
It
bugger's packed
was,
quite a punch. Head back to the security office and
there's
put
no
something in the main
charisma
room.
between
Call
these
them
two, those two, and I know that goes to the
in. They might
second
attract
movie more
staffs
so,
too,
but
be prepared.
whatever, I'll bitch about that more in the next episode. Oh, whoops. Can I make it? No. Can I go up around here to get up there? Never really took that path around. Interesting. Yeah, that whole thing with that kid. I don't think he's really been in movies since then, which is also odd to have like that big role and then your career fizzles out because it was just such junk. All these guys are frozen. Do they even have crit spots? Where's the fourth eye?
Get to the Oculus lab. I'll walk you through the process. It should already be set up.
I should kill him. Maybe not.
Just place the pieces in that converter over there. It'll melt down the raw materials and form the prototype eye. An eye converter? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Why the hell would they make an eye converter?
I like how Jack just hates this stuff.
I was here for a long time preparing this lab for my prototype. This is highly sensitive experimental
Should
technology.
pick up more laser ammo at some point
Guess it
here.
looks like a toaster. There it goes. All my hard work finally paying off. We're seeing history in the making. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Alright.
Okay, now pick it up.
Cool.
Okay, now head back to the main room. We need to plug that baby into the main torso.
Now I'll kill this guy.
Flip that button and the cage should open.
Super stomp.
Hey, player, you're really good at this game.
Thanks, Jack.
This is what we're building.
I was so close to finishing this when the scabs arrived. It'll pump out a lot of robots, enough to make the difference against Dahl or whatever they are. Oh, it's, looks kind of like a...
Sorry, I'm kind of pausing for the story stuff here. I'll go back to my Star Wars rant. So then, you know, you're at Tatooine, you kind of finally meet Darth Maul, who's this awesome-looking villain. You saw him kind of in the pre-marketing stuff. He looked cool with a double lightsaber, which was, let's be honest, awesome as all hell. This really scary villain. But he was played by Ray Park, who's a terrible, god-awful actor that's only good at martial arts, but he's a prick and a jackass and should never work again. I suppose this is performance, but I saw him at a Chicago Comic-Con. It's probably in 2000, so like at that point he played Darth Maul and he was Toad in the first X-Men movie. And they were in a hall, and he's sitting there charging for autographs when no one else is. And like Kevin Smith was not in that same room, but he was walking around autographing stuff for free.
That's good. That's good. Now we need to
There's
attach the
all these
tails
other
and the
people
legs.
there. And here's Ray Park sitting. Oh, look at me. I played like 2 half-assed roles where I didn't even really talk or give a performance. And I'm going to be charging $25 if someone wants to get their picture taken with me. Complete fucking jackass.
Turrets just need to be calibrated.
I can help prepare the targeting systems.
Just
Oh, that's
absolutely
okay,
annoy
thanks.
the shit
I've
out
got
of
a
me.
fast way to do that.
Should have timed that better.
Up a little. Then if the turrets reach their max function start, the turrets need to control. Don't kill the scans. The turrets need to finish their life or they won't calibrate.
Let's race. And sorry if you're wearing headphones. I wonder if my game's gonna crash here. Because I'm definitely probably pushing things. Alright, 5 pulse time. Until I get my jacks back out. Oh damn, we got 2 kills. So I've been trying to speed through most of the game, but I won't try to speed through this.
Double friggin' trouble. That one.
And jacks. Or
Monster at 50% accuracy. Get in there. I swear, bro.
all of them. I gotta turn that haptic feedback off the trigger. I don't like that. Hey, the badasses started coming. 4 grenades, nice. Oh shit, 10 grenades, nice. All the win again. Come on, stay still. Alright, my jacks will take care of you. And 10 grenades again. I love this race. Utter insanity. And with the cryonovas, everything was frozen, even badass out. Shit, my jacks are down, aren't they? Fiber pulse. I lose a lot of my DPS when they go down. And they're back up. And back to insanity. I don't know if I'm going to be able to last longer or really with this setup. Definitely easier. Up to 8. I'm pretty good. And I'm back up to 10 grenades. Oh damn, she got her 12. That didn't last nearly long enough. Well, might as well pick up some moonstones.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Spire. Perfect. I love how they kind of code that to kick in after some big events. Can I just glitch out the game so you constantly hear Stormfronts going? Or is it his shock things? I don't know. But I love that part of the game. So now let's go find Felicity. Get some laser. And plenty of ammo in here, which is good because I'm pretty light on it.
We're so nearly there. Feels like mercenary day.
Wonder how many grenades I threw during all that. I was like that little mercenary day tie in there.
The legs are in the other lab. They're still attached to an experimental version of the dial power suit, so you'll need to separate them and get them into the crane system.
Alright.
How about I take over the power suit, then walk the legs to where they can be assembled? Wouldn't that be easier?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I didn't even think of that.
Oops.
It'll be a nice warm-up for you.
Stall Felicity. Oh, I do have to go all the way around. Okay. Come on out and play, guys. this build. So ever since I found the Squadron in this game in normal mode in my first playthrough, I was in love with it. That time I was playing Athena, so I just put the shield up and ran up to people's face. But Jack's better with it than she is, in my opinion. It doesn't actually stack Maelstrom that well. And he can actually tank better than she can. Because her shield doesn't block everything. And Jack just pretty much is impervious to damage with all his healing. Where Athena's actually got kind of weak healing. She's just, you know, that the Aspis blocks a lot, but you know, it doesn't block a lot of AoE stuff, and especially stomps. And enemies can just go up to you and stomp you and health gate you really easily with her.
Okay, plug me in.
Plugged.
This body feels strange. Arms, legs. Is this what it's like to be human? This is the worst.
Alright, let's see what you can do.
See if I can get this achievement with Jack. Anyone that I can get it with, it's him.
Oh, I hope you didn't have a family. Incoming power suits.
It's in our moments of decision that destiny not
No,
bad,
looks like Felicity got him.
turned all those scabs into puddles.
I did, didn't I? Everything's lost like tears. in a
Reset,
puddle.
my guys. Should be back by the time this comes in. Yep.
They just attacked me on sight. Don't humans ever try talking to each other?
I love running into lightning.
I didn't enjoy doing that.
No, looks like she definitely got some. That's fine, more power to her.
Okay, I'm ready to detonate. Stand back.
Alright, attaching the legs.
Yeah, this is gonna get awesome. It got awesome.
It's a brute, isn't it?
Construction's complete, finally! The shell just needs to go through testing in the diagnostics chamber. We'll be able to install the AI core.
All these Novas are going to be, in Stormfront's going to be hell on the file size of this video.
I really didn't enjoy killing those scabs. Maybe this is all a mistake.
I don't like killing either, babe.
He says that now.
Don't sacrifice your almost as good a fake Jack as me.
Alright, where are these
To
guys?
rotate the rails around. Head into that office and use the controls to get things moving again.
Alright, that guy can just sit there. I'm not worried about him.
Don't screw with Jack. Leadership. Don't sacrifice it to
See, I shouldn't be able to run around with that little health and just go in and do this like I did. I just ran in there, no worries, and just kept healing through that
Looks like
damage.
The prototype is on its way to the testing chamber. Head on over there so we can install our AI. Okie dokie, time, let's do this.
Once again, sorry for those of you with headphones on.
I don't want to turn into... Look, can't you just put a copy of me into the constructor?
Exactly how long will it take to copy you?
Couple of days at the absolute most.
Too long. Zarpedon will have popped the moon like a zit by then. Look, I'm really sorry, kiddo. This is the only way. Vault Hunter, do it.
I guess it's for the best.
Installing Felicity.
No, please.
Military stuff. Anything that can help us in a fight. Trash the rest. Felicity, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can hear myself dying. I can... There. Stop it. No! No! No!
Enter Felicity.
That's what you want. That's what you'll get.
What? She's still in there? Look, leave that thing intact. Disable it, but don't destroy it.
You think that will stop me? You're all just scabs to me now. And now you unleash my true potential.
Gladstone, give me a full memory reboot. I want that thing sane, and I want it badass. Sir, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this broad go.
Look at that. My action skill is still like way up there.
That's cool, but why are they attacking us? Gladstone?
And that's Felicity.
Wow, that was tough.
People thought Creed could tank in Borderlands 2. He's a joke.
One down, one up.
Okay, not bad. But you know what? Appearances do matter. They need a little more je ne sais quoi. Let's go with Hyperion Yellow. Yes, sir.
And this might be good enough for the episode. How do I not have enough moonstones for that? Oh, I guess I just opened another one.
That's what I'm talking
Thought I'd been
about.
picking up a lot of them.
Awesome. Should I go ahead and start creating more? Yeah, you bet your ass. You know what? Come to think of it, other stuff needs a kick in the pants too. Let me get that down. Think of awesome new names and colors for Hyperion weapons. Alright, I think we're good to go. Come back to Moxie's, we'll get you geared up.
Suppose I
and ready
gotta
for the
check
big
to see if
fight.
I got the legendary drop. Doesn't look like it. And not enough moonstones to open up that chest. Oh well. Come on. All right. Go return to Moxie.
Here's where it gets me.
I stashed some loot away for a special occasion. Guess this qualifies. Help yourselves.
So yeah, I think I will call this an episode here. And interesting, yeah, I wanted to take a look at the Kiss of Death versus the Borderlands 2 one. But I'll get to that shortly. Well, maybe not shortly. It might take a while.
Alright, here we go, everybody. The jamming signal's down, we've got a robot army, and it's time to get back to Helios and turn off that death laser.
Roland and I will head up with you guys and provide support. And I'll be cheering you on from the cozy confines of this cantina.
I don't know how hairy things have gotten up there, so be prepared for anything. Let's go. We'll fast travel
Alright.
up there first. You follow behind.
Interesting.
Yeah, I should be able to split this into 2 more episodes if I end it now. So yeah, I'll wait for them to teleport and call this an episode then. Of course, I think they need some company.
We can kiss this whole moon goodbye.
See you on the other side, kiddo.
What she said.
Let's be heroes.
And alright, sweet. On that note, I'll just travel there and then start the next episode there. So thanks for watching once again. I will see you guys later in the next episode. Bye.